Welcome, we have a super long queen walk process video. Now, look at these tweaks that I'm going to make. First, this was the fresh hit. Crusty Kingdom did come close to this one, just not quite, he just didn't know exactly what was happening. Fresh hit didn't know what the CC was. He didn't know there was a black bomb. If there was a black bomb there, that's why he dropped the loon. Anyways, doing a queen walk here, and a couple things you notice here. First off, I am going to make sure I don't use a rage spell early on. And the one reason I'm going to do that is bringing some loons. Now, I think your queen could have survived here without the rage, but it would, her health would have gone down to the wire. I think, but she still survived without the rage. So, but I just guaranteed it. But anyways, unfortunately, the queen locked onto the wall here. And so, because I thought the queen would do the same pathing, I was going to do like, hey, I will do this on 4 times. I was going to do the exact same sort of walk and hope she broke in, but this time bringing a freeze. Here he brings in some, does a 2 golem kind of push here. Yeah, he could have actually waited on his kill squad a bit longer. So he was intending the queen to come to 3 o'clock, so it kind of messed him up, messed his groove up a bit, so he wasn't able to get down the town hall, didn't have the jump spell for it in the end. Valkyrie's just not quite enough firepower to get through. So I was going to make a few tweaks to this attack and show you that, just look at an attack and just kind of change it up a bit. Change it up a bit. You notice I brought 1 less healer because he didn't lose any. I was like, I don't need 5 healers. You don't need 5 healers. It's all good, man. It's all good. And I brought the freeze because I thought the queen was going to break in. And I just have 8 Valkyries for the core. That's all you need. And no EQ. Now, typically I bring EQ, but I knew the core wasn't really tough. So anyways, here comes the giant. I put the giant because I knew the baby dragon would be able to take down the archer tower. If I brought the loon, like last time, it wouldn't be able to get down. Anyways, here comes the queen. There goes the baby dragon. And this time, the main difference of the queen AI, it's crazy. Just like 1 tile difference messes her up. So this time I lured the Tesla, and then I brought 2 loons to take care of the Tesla so I wouldn't have to use a rage ability. But what this did, and I didn't even foresee it, because you can't foresee this queen AI, the queen didn't hug the wall here. She actually stepped out just a bit to snag that Tesla because it didn't pop. In the previous attack until she hugged the wall, and so this time she's actually not going to come back. I was almost lost her here because I was like, oh my goodness, she's coming south, and then she has 2 expos on her. Look at this coming down to the wire. I just barely kept her alive. Anyways, she's going to come here to the south, and I was a little freaked out. I was like, man, I was hoping to get the Inferno Tower, but I was like, it's okay. I can play the easy audible. I had it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Here comes a wizard to help a little funnel, and then I'm going to bring in the golem. Now, I was a little concerned. This was kind of on the fly. I was like, should I break in or just let her walk? But I was like, I need to break her in right on the fly because I need to make sure I funnel this inner core so the Valkyries go to the town hall. Here comes the wall breakers doing some test wall breaker action, and then here comes 2 more, and yeah, very nicely done. Wizards doing some funnel work, and then here comes the CC, gonna kill it with another poison. And I brought 2 poison because I knew I was gonna encounter the king, and I didn't want to. I was maybe a little early on the rage, but whatever. Losing my healers, of course, unfortunately, to the air defense. Did not, that's why I won the breaker in earlier. Anyways, here comes the bowlers. Here comes the golem. Here comes the king. A little late on these CC bowlers, maybe, but in the end, I guess it's not the biggest deal. They were able to still get the funnel, even though I was a little bit late on them. No matter there. Anyways, making the rounds here in the south. Of course, I need to save the rage and the jump for the Valkyries. You've got to save the rage for the Valkyries. If they didn't have the rage, you would need an EQ to get down that town hall. Anyways, I knew it was going to be dicey. I had to make sure the bowlers took out these structures first, and it's exactly what I did. Here comes the Valkyries. I did a couple test Valkyries. I knew there was probably a giant bomb around here. Did some test Valkyries first. Here comes the trigger of the giant bomb, and then I got back in Valkyries to make sure. And then the rage covers the town hall, and there it drops for a nice, what is it, 65%. Hey, not too shabby, not too shabby. Anyway, there's a queen a cleanup on aisle 2. Anyways, yeah, you don't need too many Valkyries to take down the Town Hall. If it's an EQ, heck, 5 Valkyries under Rage can take it down with a swipe. You know, you typically want to send in, you know, depending on how heavy the base is, right? If there's a lot of defenses near the Town Hall, you need a bit more Valkyries. Anyways, there you have it, and appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully that you learned something or had some fun, and come back for more. Halo out.